Okay. Question if do we have sound? Minecraft is humming already. Hmm. Oh, we got three. Wow. All right. Well, now back to two. We got sound? Why is it? It looks like it's supposed to have sound. No? Oh, okay. All right, let's do this. We'll do one squishy squish. Hello and welcome. This is Kevin, also known as AWOL. And today I have brought the great big blue pillow project as my thing to do. I put up, so it was suggested that I try to do a ask Instagram which one to work on. And it turns out Instagram doesn't care. There was nobody voted. And it was very disappointing to me that nobody voted. So I don't know. Hang on, let me get my chat thing going. I can't read the chats when it's on the faraway screen. There we go. All right. Yeah, we're like a minute or so late. Yeah, I ran off to go use the toilet. That's why. Is the 8-ball working? You know, hang on. Let me. Yeah, see, according to my other thing, it should be working. That's so weird. Like I really tried earlier. I made sure I had all the updates and all the things going. Ugh, no 8-ball. Anyways, let's go with this. Secret word game is still going. This has been like the longest running thing ever. Hey, 8-ball started. Ah. And predicts his outlook is no good, so that's hilarious. Anyways, secret word game. All I gotta do is chat to win. Minute Craft was so kind as to do the top bracelet of the two. The other one was from me. So yeah. Just put me back in the picture. Okay. So today we are adding string, and this one is a little bit different from what we've done in the past. And how that is that this the colors that we're replacing are these down here. It's the second lightest color. And I'm not actually going to be tying knots to that anytime soon because it's like way down at the bottom. So I'll show you what we're doing. And I'm going to be doing this a bunch tonight. So, you know, if you doesn't make sense or you don't see what I'm doing, you can ask all the questions to your heart's content because I have to do this a lot. This is why I kind of dread this part. It's so redundant. So here's the string. It's really short, as you can see, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie the first half, and then I'm going to reach over to the side, little off-camera thing here. I have a hook with cut string on it. Lots and lots of cut string. And I find the center, and I put that looped center right across there, and I finish my knot. Then I tie on to the next one, right? So now I wait until after that next one is tied before, see there's just a little tiny peak. Let's see if we can zoom. There's a little tiny peak of the light blue. Once we tie the next knot, I can give this just a tiny tug and that light blue disappears. That's it. That's the big trick. Now I'll go do the other side. We'll leave it zoomed in while we do this. So I'm just tying a regular plain old forward knot going off to the right. And then I get to the one I'm about to replace. I just do the first half, grab my string, put the ends together so I can find the center. Feed the other one through there and finish the knot. And again, there's just that little teeny bit of blue sticking out, but just a light little tug. Don't tug too hard. Just a light little tug will make that disappear. Now, watch this. We go over the first couple normal strings here. And then when it comes to this light blue, there's 4 of them. We're going to tie over on top of all 4 at once. And we're going to snug that up real nice and tight so that way the knot seems to be the same size as all the other ones. And that's what's going to hold all those strings in place. Hey, Rainbow made it. Cool. All right, and then again, there's 4 of this light blue here. I'm going to go over top of all of them. And because it goes over, it really secures the ends, the ones that are going to get left behind, as well as the ones that are making the new beginning. So it really makes it, this is why I know that I can put my works through a washing machine without the fear of anything coming undone. Is, you know, here I'm doing it again, going over top of the 2. And that makes like the, you know, it's so secure. Like I have no worries whatsoever. So now that it's got the tails will have gone through a couple, we don't need to do anything with that anymore. So what I'm going to do, and if you can tell, like the board that we're on is the one with the cutout. So I'm going to take those 2 short ends now. Oops. And I'm going to reach around the board and pull them through. And then now I'm left with 2 nice long light blues. And I'm just going to go ahead and tie those normal. And that is one way of changing up some string. Okay, so that really kind of depends. Like this one, obviously, there's one that holds it and then 2 more. Yeah, I like 2, 3, 4. It doesn't, there is no set rule. I like it, at least there to be a couple few that just to feel safe about it. You could probably get away with 1, you know, but I like extra just because it makes it seem way more secure. And that's, you know, especially since I'm doing the putting it through washing machines and stuff. Oh, right. Yeah. Mandy's busy getting ahead in the chat part here. So, to let everybody know that next week there's going to be a bunch of stuff kind of going on in our lives. We are going out of town. We are going to Malaysia for Mandy has some work there, and I'm going just for the fun of it. which means there won't be a live stream next Saturday. And it also means that the Patreon hangout will be delayed by 1 week, because we will be coming back on that Sunday. And typically, coming back from any kind of a trip is doing laundry and catching up things that's gone on in the house, and just it's it's just typically a nightmare. So um I'm kind of gonna hold off on that stuff until the following week. So the next live stream will be on the 8th of October. So yeah, it is kind of exciting. It's, it is work for Mandy, but it's also a break from the house and stuff. I'm bringing along some unfinished bracelet work. I'll be posting all that stuff up, probably up on Instagram or TikTok or somewhere. But I've got some projects that were started that were never finished, including one from over a year ago, back when I was doing color tests, when interested in the idea of the big project. There was a bracelet that was started that was just to see if I liked the colors and would they work well together. And it was single thread instead of doubling it up. And it was before I actually finished getting all of the different tiles. Like in the big project, there's 12 different tiles. Um, and I say tiles because it's meant to look like the tiles from one of the mosques in, was it Iran? I forget where the mosque was, but the inspiration was. But anyways, so there's 12 tiles on the actual project. In this particular bracelet, though, I think there's either like four or six. It's really it. I hadn't worked everything out yet, so yeah, that's getting that thing finally finished will be nice. That's one of them. Also bringing along the small bag that we were working on last week. I'm just see if I can work on whatever I feel like seems fun. Yeah. Um, I'm thinking I brought I'm bringing the medicine bag along. Like I said, I don't know if I'll actually work on it. I I'm so looking forward to sitting by a pool or walking down a beach with my toes in the ocean, that kind of stuff. I mean, it would really be nice to like not be tying knots, but part of my ADHD brain needs something like this to kind of focus on and stuff. That's why I have things like fidget toys and all kinds of other nonsense, and always bugging my wife for more fidget toys because after a while I kind of get bored of them and want to change them up and want to try something a little different and see if there's something that's, doesn't make a huge bulge in my pocket. So I don't know. Some of the fidget toys are really cool, but man, they're, to get discreet ones, they get expensive. But yes, if I do work on the um the medicine bag, if I do end up working on it, my intention is to leave it in such a way that um all my previous instructions basically apply to where it is, and that what comes towards the finishing part of the project, that gets done all here, so that way you can see exactly how how I go about getting it set up to do the base in a simple kind of way. So that's I do kind of plan these things ahead a little bit. So yeah, that's kind of on the books for what I might do. Yeah, So um, occasionally that can happen with the hyperfocus, can happen even with projects, like some patterns that I do, like that I really enjoy or whatever. Um, I get so involved and hyper focused on tying the knots. As this is just one example, like I mean this can happen with all kinds of things, but one example is getting so lost in my work that I forget that I haven't eaten. And Mandy can attest to this. Um, Not eating on getting to the point where um like normally, let's say I eat at noon, by 4 or 5 o'clock, I'm suddenly feeling super lightheaded and woozy and confused why I don't feel so well, only to realize I haven't eaten anything the entire day. So Mandy's done a lot of work towards helping me to stop that conditioning, but um, I don't. Yeah, it doesn't. You don't get to pick and choose what you hyper focus on. It's not. I If I could, I would turn the hyper focus on to my work every day, so that way like projects like this would have been over with a long time ago. In fact, this last week I've had a lot of difficulty getting myself to focus on doing this at all. It's been a endless repetitive thing of having to add string for so long, and it's just been frustrating and upsetting almost. I don't know what word to use, but it's been really hard for me to do stuff. But my my doctors got me some new medication which starts tomorrow. Who knows? We'll see what that does. You would think that they're supposed to. They keep warning me that that my meds are going to suppress my appetite. The thing is I think if you gave this to a neurotypical person, they would probably be like cranked out of their mind. It's meth. It's a micro dose of meth. And a regular person would be all amped up and anxious and hyper and not hungry and everything else. For me, I barely noticed. The only thing I can say is I've noticed I can't take a nap while I'm on it. I can't actually fall asleep. I can be on the cusp of it, like I'm so tired I feel like I want to sleep, but it doesn't have that kind of, if anything, it's almost relaxing for me. Um so yeah, it's really weird. I don't know what the new med's going to be like. We're trying it out to see whether or not it's any more helpful than what I've been taking. So yeah. Yeah, a regular person would be like, yeah, like many cups of coffee, um, able to do countless things, they paint the whole house kind of stuff and just have energy for days. For me, it sort of it lets me go to my bullet journal and log how many kilometers I did on my exercise bike this morning, and remember to do my neti pot so that way my sinuses don't get infected, and just some real like basic self-care things. That's what I get out of taking ADHD meds, is I look after myself a bit better than I was before. um yeah, yeah, and in some aspects, yeah, it's meant to make me more normal. um when I talked to one of the other doctors who filled in for a while, and I told him that, like, yeah, but like I don't get good clarity and focus every day. Like some days it doesn't come close to working. And he's like, "Yep, that's life. That's kind of to be expected or whatever, that's even the meds are not bulletproof. They're not going to help you to remain calm and reflective or anything every day. It's, you know, it is what it is. So yeah, I'm doing what I can. I'm trying. I I have so many like things that I've learned that help me to cope now, like a bullet journal, because with a bullet journal means like I used to try to keep track of things like, okay, when was the last time I cleaned the filter in my fish tank, right? And if you don't write that kind of stuff down, you have to kind of juggle that around somewhere in your mind so that way you can remember when's the next time you're supposed to do it, you know? And for me, trying to keep track of all those kind of things in my head were so just almost making me crazy. Like I couldn't keep track of all the things, like what day do I make dad's breakfast, because that happens every 8 days. How many day, when does, so just having a journal to say what I basically did, um, means I can look back through it and be like, oh gosh, it's been a month and a half since I cleaned out the filters and stuff. I guess I should probably do that, and it just gives me a chance to not have to dwell on things as much, which really helps a lot. I mean, you don't have to like, dear diary, today I was, no, it's, I just log in, did 30 kilometers on the exercise bike. I, you know, fixed dad's breakfast. I cleaned fish tank, just whatever little things I did laundry for dad, whatever. It just kind of gets it into a thing. Oh no, I make him 8 things at once. So that way it just happens to work out like that's how much the products are. So he gets breakfast every day. I just have to do it. I just have to make it once every 8 days to make that work out. The rest go in the freezer. I make him French toast. He just needs a little something to be able to take his meds with, so yeah. But yeah, if it was like a weekly thing, it'd be a whole lot easier. It'd be like, oh, it's Monday. I gotta, make this stuff. But it's every 8 days, which makes it really weird. Hello, Maris. Because it's a half a piece of bread each for each day, and with 2 eggs, I can fit 4 pieces of bread into the pan at once, so I can cook up that number of slices like at once. you can't do seven halves of bread. It just doesn't work out. That'd be weird. But yeah, it's a half a slice each every morning he eats, and then he goes off to daycare, and then they feed him some more. So it's not like he's not getting food. He does. He just needs that half a slice so he can take his meds before he wanders off. Makes it makes the start of the day a little bit easier for everybody involved. Yeah, I don't need extra calories. Besides, if I'm having French toast, I'm going to slather a bunch of butter on it, let that get good and melty, sprinkle some sugar, and just a little dash of cinnamon just to make it mm, 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 mm. Yeah, minute, minute. You nailed it right there with the yeah. 9 year old's appetite. That is try maybe 5 year old. Like yeah. Mm. I'm still thinking about the sugar and the cinnamon now. Damn it. Yeah. Oh, don't get me started. Wait, Rainbow Haze, like, Uh, like once upon a time, I did try grown up like breakfast cereals and stuff. I'd get like the shredded wheats or the Wheaties or whatever. It never failed. Like I would mess it up. I would do Wheaties with chocolate milk, or I would do Cheerios with like a quarter cup of sugar, maybe maybe a third. Wait, yeah, maybe a third a cup of sugar. Yeah. Okay, half a cup of sugar, but no more than that. Like, and then I tried to be slick because there was a commercial that said that Philadelphia cream cheese has a third of the calories of butter. So I tried doing bagels with cream cheese, but it turns out that you put like 5, 6 times the amount of cream cheese on the bagel than you would have if you just put on butter. So that reduced calorie thing was, it didn't work. Yeah. Oh yeah. I used to. eh, Uh, okay. This is all past me. This is like pre having a wife that will kick my hiney for such things. Like, yeah. She doesn't even buy sugar for the house. Like, I don't think we have sugar in around anymore. Yeah. Yeah, and mind you, back when I was doing this kind of stuff, I was proper skinny. Like, oh my God, I was really skinny. So I don't know how that worked out. So now I'm made to have reasonable meals with at reasonable times. That is true. With a Diet Coke, no less. Once a year, McDonald's tries something weird, and people around here lose their flippin' minds. Like every year, it's the same thing, but for some odd reason, it's like everybody forgot what it tastes like, and then the queue to go into the restaurant is so ridiculous. Oh man. Yeah, but I wonder what kind of one they would come up with there, like Rainbow, because you know they're trying to be locally inspired here for whatever. I wonder what like you can't have the Queen's burger or the King's burger because, Burger King would have a field day with that. And the Queen's burger would probably just have to be like horse meat or something because, she was into the horses, or I don't know. They can't really do fish and chips because that would be weird. Yeah. Yeah, we have the fillet of fish. Ooh. Yeah, I have a thing for Burger King now that they have um the vegetarian style of the Whopper. Oh man, they are so good. And for me, one of the big things about eating like a bunch of beef is the next day I'll feel bloated and lethargic and I just don't feel good. But when I do the vegetarian burgers, I feel great. I feel like, I've eaten a good meal and I'm a pretty happy guy. So yeah, big fan of Burger King right now. The Burger, not that they sponsor me, although Burger King, if for some reason you heard that I'm talking about you and you want to do a little sponsorship kind of thing, I'm your guy. Oh man, the mud pie thing. Oh, hell yeah. 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 What do they call the Hershey? Is it just called Hershey pie? There's something I don't know what it is. Oh, yeah. Yeah, but did you know in America they have a dipping sauce for their onion rings, which is amazing. Oh my God. They have two different versions. One is like a kind of a spicy, almost like a spicy mayo kind of thing. I don't know. That's really good. And then the other one is like a blue cheese dressing. Also amazing. Oh, somebody new. we have your string. It's right now. It's in a mooncake box. Um, we'll be out for a better part of next week, but we can figure out like how to get it to you. There was such a pile of string. Oh my God. Like I almost did an unboxing video, but I like most of it is 18 strands to go towards this project. Um about 400, 500, 600 strands to go to a future project. And then I don't know, on one to help top up another future project. So yeah, it was just kind of ridiculous. Speaking of, speaking of, so the picture, let's see, which one is it? Do. Nope, not that one. This one. So this picture was over on my TikTok with that girl that dances thing. The woo woo woo. Yeah. Anyways, it's on my TikTok, and somebody said they recognized that had to be something I created because it's my signature pattern. And I'm losing my mind over this thought because to me, like the red and black pattern, or like what the first bag, first bag is this one. This pattern, this to me would be my signature pattern. Like this is I've been making this for so long. Like that could be my signature pattern. But apparently because I've been doing this dove's tail thing for a little while now, suddenly it's being recognized as my signature pattern. So like I am like all kinds of like I can't wait to get this thing done so that way, and then there's gonna be two of them on the couch, right? Oh my God. So I can get started on the next thing. Now I don't have a picture of the two that I have to choose from. So one is kind of like that bag, but it's like reds and gray. It's been done. I did a bag like it earlier. Anyways, it's kind of like my clipboard too. That's been put away. Um, but so there's that, or there's this other pattern that was sort of like a go-to pattern for me for a long time. I've tried it with so many different kinds of colors. It's a 6 color pattern, um, 12 strings. It'll play out really well in this kind of setup. So I'm kind of really stoked about that. Um, but I can't wait to get those going because to me, those will be my signature patterns. Like this is, and then Mandy just brought up the fact that was that my second bag, second third bag. What was
Was it after this?
the circle base? I don't know. One of my earlier second or third bags I made was for Mandy. Um, I want to say it's a second. I don't know. I'm not 100%. I'll have to look back.
After the PCNs.
Might be the third. Okay, anyways, so she wanted this bag, blues and orange, and I worked like crazy to put this darn thing together. It took me months, like several months. I think I started it in October and I didn't finish it until um like February or something. Maybe might have even been more. It was the pattern is not kind where you get to have a nice closure, like a nice row like this. Everything is always in motion. Um, it's like a really elongated lightning bolt thing going on. Oh man, I absolutely hated it. Today she's brought up the fact that, that would barely make a nice pillow. Ah, yeah, I'm not. If if it was a regular, like the arrow's head thing, if it was a regular one, I wouldn't have as much problem with it. But it was the elongated version where it really stretches out how long the arrowhead thing goes. Yeah. Yeah. If you go through my portfolio, oh, actually, I can probably bring it up. Hang on. That's the bag. It's got that really crazy elongated, whatever you call that. It was brutal. But yes, it'd probably make a pretty pillow, I guess. Yeah, so when when you're playing with strings, right? The number of strings in that bag is exactly the same number of strings in this bag. However, the sizes are completely different because the string in this bag was from China and the other was from Daiso. And that's why I know that if you're going to use Chinese string, you need to be prepared that it will be bigger. It is a thicker string, and that little minute amount each time multiplied over 144 or 188 or whatever number of strands there were, um, actually makes a significant difference. Enough so that my wife says the bag is too big for her to actually carry on a regular basis. And so I spent 3-4 months in making this thing, which, yes, it's a gorgeous bag, but she won't carry the damn thing because it's just too big. Yes. And it kills me because it was gorgeous. I put a lot of effort into that. Anywho, she does carry, let's see. She does carry this one though. This one I just celebrated the 7th year anniversary of this. This was super difficult in trying to figure out how to make, because you have like those large flat spaces. You have um then joining to like parts that aren't separated from each other, and then it all goes into this weird thing that goes into a circle and gets smaller and smaller until it gets to the center. So yeah, that was that was way more complicated. Oh, Phil made it. So yeah, but that one's seen a lot of usage and stuff. And I love the fact that when my wife carries a bag like that, when somebody asks like what my hobby is, I can be like, "Well, I made that," and people tend to look at that and just go, "What?" Because I guess it makes um people get a little bit weirded out over guys being able to do crafty things. I guess I don't know. I don't know why it's like such a stigma, but yeah. Like I get a number of comments over on Instagram, like, other guys that do this stuff, and they're like, I didn't know that there was another guy out there. Like, really? Okay. So yeah. Oh, so for those that are watching this, like, well, the ones that are actually in chat, like you guys kind of actually know me, um, discovered that there is a sale going on in Steam, which is like a gamer's thing, like I don't know what you call it, but anyway, Steam has a sale on golf with your friends, which is like a putt-putt golf thing, which is absolutely hilarious. So if you guys were to get it, we could hang out and we can play putt-putt golf because it is, oh my God, we played some earlier today and we were in tears laughing at how ridiculous it was. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I honestly, like, I was doing needle points and stuff when I was a kid. My mom was like quick to point out that there was like football players who would do knitting or something on the sidelines, whenever there was a guy, she'd always like, see. Yeah, macrame was done. There's a lot of rope used on ships for various things, anchoring and whatnot, and then a lot of uh like playing with the leftover rope. It's no longer, suitable for whatever its purpose was. They would end up making like Turk heads to go around the mast and things like of that nature. So yeah, it was. Let's see if I can shift this down just a little bit. So I'm actually getting much closer to the edge than I thought I would. I'm kind of pleased with myself. Camera dancing around. Am I bouncing it when I'm tying knots?
No, bracelet.
Oh, this? Yeah, check that out. It's something to do with my Giga something or other video card something. I don't know. Yeah. It's it's something different. I don't know. It's thought I'd try it out. It's kind of neat. Yeah, like I should do a tattoo of eyes here so when I tilt down it's like I haven't figured out how to kind of slow it down a little bit. It works really good like when I'm like this, but like I can't really see when I like I don't know. Yeah. Oh man, I had something back here and it would occasionally like lose track of me and suddenly focus in on something else altogether. Oh my God, I now want some googly eyes. I would totally do that. I could stick some googly eyes on the top of my head and it would be hilarious. Yeah, craft stores are dangerous for me. So like I just went and ordered more um silicone, I guess. I think they're silicone stamps to do with my bullet journal thing. So I can be a little bit more creative and put stamps to mark off when different events happen and make the book all fun and stuff. Well, I hope you'll bring enough for everybody there, young lady. Hey, Helena made it. Hello. So after I get done adding this light blue, I think I can do a couple rows without having to add anything. And it won't be long that my two darkest colors will come up for a change again. And I'm not sure, but I think that's all the string left that I have to replace before I make it to the end. Um, I had this all like mathematically worked out before. I kind of lost track of where I did with the notes. So sometimes writing things down is good, but then if I don't put it somewhere smart, I lose track of it. So not smart. That's why bullet journals, right? Yeah, see, my craft place is off of the internet and um yeah, the only thing stopping me is the credit card. Uh yeah, if I could hire an apprentice to just cut up my strings and wind them onto little bobbins and stuff. Oh yeah, I'd be in heaven. And Helena, you need to remind me someday whenever you get a chance that to be free. I've noticed that your talent with being able to do flowers and stuff has given me a craft idea, and it's rather lengthy how I had explained how to do my idea. but I think you would really enjoy it. So, um, I don't know if email or a hangout or whatever, but I have an idea that I think that you would be really, really good at doing. Yeah, that's my problem. I want all the strings. Yeah, they just got done talking about my 5-year-old appetite where I would, dump sugar onto healthier foods. So, yeah, I don't think my wife needs kids. God. I don't know. If you put some goggles on me, color me up kind of a little bit yellow, I think I'd probably make a good minion. Right? I don't think overalls would go over very well here, dude. It's average, average 70% humidity. That means there's a fair amount of it that's above that. It's so dank over here. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Okay, so to be honest, if I was going to do something for Halloween, here's my idea. I would take some cardboard and build something to go over my shoulders that would basically have two loops of cardboard that came up rather high. So that way it was like my shoulders were up like this. I would buy a triple or quadruple X t-shirt to and then take the neck line of it and run a string in there so I could cinch it up really nice and tight. So that way when I put it on, it basically stops here, right? And then because the shirt's so huge, my arms will still fit out the whole armholes regularly, right? So now you got, and t-shirts are relatively thin. You can see through them. So I won't have to worry about breathing or not being able to see unless it's like super dark or whatever, but right? Um, so it would look like I was just headless, right? Go around like, right? But, but the true kicker to this is you have to carry a small cardboard sign that you can flash needs head. Anyway, they really don't do Halloween here except for at Universal Studios. Halloween's not a Singapore thing per se. They have Ghost Month. So instead of having one night of ghosts, there's a whole month and people are weird. Yeah. Well, that's because you guys have winters. Yes, it is a platinum debt joke. Actually, I think the one and only time we ever went to um, Universal Studios was at Halloween. I had a field day. It was so much fun.
Is that the only time you know?
Huh?
Is that the only time you
Yeah.
know?
I wouldn't mind going again.
Like you don't want to hunt the houses.
Huh?
Like you don't want to hunt the houses.
Why?
You don't? You do?
I don't mind them. They don't scare me. Like I don't get like freak out or anything. But well, I'll get jump scare obvious, but like I don't I don't scream and go wow.
Only because it's trying to be my hero.
No, no, I was always like that. Like I remember this is this is good fun old story. I remember I once went with a buddy of mine to a haunted maze and it was a whole like haunted theme whatever, right? But they happened to have a haunted maze. And so we noticed that the gate going in is loud and that's what cues the guys inside to know that you're there. So we decided to be a smartass and like not let the gate slam behind us. And so we were toeing through the place, um, trying to figure out where they were. And we were jumping out and scaring the people who were supposed to be scaring us. And they were like, dude, you seem to be enjoying this way too much. Do you want to like grab a mask out the back? You can come join us and scare the people that come through. We'll smoke one with you if you do. Like you had me at scaring other people. Like hell yeah. So we get masks and stuff on. I've got the one from Scream, and it's got a plunger that when you squeeze the plunger, there's like a thin clear plastic coat over the top of it. And so when you hit the plunger, like it looks like blood running down the face of this thing, right? So it's really crazy spooky. And I've got like this black I don't know. It was like a sheet like thing that goes over top that just kind of covered up my clothes and stuff. So we were finding like great hiding places and jumping out and scaring people and having a field day. The best one was I jumped out right in front of some little kid, hit the plunger, and the kid peed himself right there on the spot. And the dad's freaking out, like, I gotta take him home in my truck, god damn you. It was great. It was one of the like heck yeah. And yeah, good times. Yeah, the escape room things seem kind of fun. I've seen some videos of people doing them and like the whole, like look around the room, there's numbers and stuff and you have to find the ones that help to undo locks or do various things. Honestly, I can tell you exactly how an escape room would work with me and Mandy. I'm going to look for all the clues up high. She's going to look for the clues down low. And in the end, she's going to sort out all the puzzles and get us out of there. Like, that's just how it would work. I know for a fact. That's just right now. The biggest escape room is trying to not end up in a padded cell because her father in law is making us crazy. My father in law, her dad. Yeah. I was laughing. I was laughing so hard. The dad was so pissed about it. And I couldn't stop laughing because the kid was just like, "Oh, I peed myself." uh, yeah. I was lucky I didn't get punched in the face for that one. So this is pretty cool. We managed to get a lot of knots in here tonight. This is good. Like I said, I didn't kind of expect to make it all the way to the end, but I'm only a few rows away from it now, so not bad. Yeah, I have to admit, like this time of the year in America is kind of fun. Like, or at least where I came from is kind of fun because you have um the apple cider mills are just getting ready to start doing their thing. You'll have the changing of colors of the leaves going on. The hot temperatures of summer are starting to cool off, so you get cooler nights. So it's kind of nice to do a bonfire or like a fire pit kind of thing. Like those are always fun. Like I definitely out of the season wise, probably one of my favorites. Not see, I would rather instead of having pumpkin spice, I'd rather have like a hot apple cider or cider with that's been spiked with whiskey and the donuts that come with the cider. Like the cider mills usually make donuts. Oh man, like good fresh cider and donuts is amazing on a when the air is just getting a little crisp. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff. See, she put made it plural because we each had a donut. A donut. That's not like having donuts. Like yeah, what is it with people with the pumpkin spice? Like I can't even. Honestly, I don't. It's not good. Yeah, I know it's a huge like trend. I don't get it. It's never I never cared for it. Mind you, there are some things that I do miss. I miss Fago. To be honest, I if I could get a 2 liter of Fago Peach right now, and the ice cream truck had two flavors of ice cream that I always got, the strawberry shortcake or the almond crunch. If I could get a hold of those, that's another one I miss. Oh, Phil, did I tell you that we have Little Caesars over here and they cook it so well it doesn't even resemble like the Little Caesars at home? This stuff actually is like gourmet pizza. It's got the same basic toppings, but just imagine if like the employees actually really cared about getting it done right. Yeah, no, shipping to here is stupid expensive. Yeah, Little Caesars over here is has become like ah, so good. And then we have this other pizza place, Big John's. They're trying to do like a Buscemi style deep dish pizza, which I have to admit, pretty good. So yeah, so just to add this one color to go all the way across this, like changing them up all the way across, that's 16 skeins of this light blue just to replace that one color out. And I replaced all but the lightest color in this whole thing at least once. And I've changed out the darkest colors at least a couple times. So yeah, there's just been so much string in this. Uh, I imagine they would explode in the boxes because you, no matter how hard you try, it wouldn't work. But yes, yeah. What is the there is a seasoned wine thing in the autumn. What is that all about? Is that what it's called? Yeah.
Remember when I had that tasting?
Yep, I remember.
Yeah, that was a good one. German.
Yeah, that was kind of a popular thing this time of year. Hey Phil, did you hear about the Native American who went on a tea diet where he had to drink 2 gallons a day? Poor dude drowned in his teepee. Oh, Phil's in Vegas, so south and where it's warm and hot. So I'm pretty sure he's doing like we do. So over here, it's not uncommon to like try at all costs to be in the shade. If you're gonna cross a street and you're about 10 feet back away from the light to be in the shade, and there's some kid heading towards the button to push the button, you just let the kid go ahead. You stay in the shade for as long as possible till that light's just about to change. It's all about the timing, and yeah, it's a big thing over here. The only thing that kills me is that everybody walks really, really slow. Like they don't want to build up a sweat. And for me, it's just like, get out of the way. You know, I just rage. It's like it's like the the people who can, in cars or whatever, who have like road rage, like that's me on foot, like all the time. Yeah, no, okay. So my wife has this thing where she's small and she can like go through these tiny spots where only she can fit, and she'll dart off and like leave me behind. And again, just making me want to rage at the slow people. Yeah. Yeah. Don't even get me started. God, I'm getting all worked up and brr. You would think so. Not so much. I can hear my wife busy typing over there. There it is. Ah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to do some upper body work before that works out for me. Okay. Because I'm not sure how that's gonna work out. I just wanted to keep mosquitoes out of the bowl. I have a new fish friend, kind of off camera over here. Mandy's saying I should mention him. I'm not sure she's gonna last. It's We bought some feeder fish because of us going away. So I wanted to make sure that the angels were all taken care of. So we bought a bunch of feeder fish, and I decided that I have the little tank in my room that had Mr. Reddington. So I saved one, and it's in there with a plant that I'm trying to save. and I don't know what it is. It looks like it's either a platy or a molly. It could be either because it's so young. And I'm not sure if I'm keeping it or what's going to happen. I'll probably get attached to the damn thing. I don't know. We'll see. Undecided. It's skittish, that's for sure.
This is all it's spread. It doesn't know it's safe off.
Yeah. So finally coming to the end of this. Well, the end of this row. Still many more rows to go. How many? I don't know. No, it's not terribly much. It's getting there.
More than 2 cents.
Right. It's coming. I think it's coming close to 3/4. Yeah. Secret word game seems to be seriously the longest one ever. That's true. So yeah, to anybody who's watching this like later on, like that you couldn't make it here for the live thing, this is why you want to like hang out with us, and that way you can chat and you can like say things or whatever, and you can win these 2 bracelets. You get both of them. You just have to say the magic word, and then bam, you got both of them. It's kind of cool. The Hefsis? Yes. Hefis? Ah, see, that's the thing. The robot picks up on the words that are typed. If I say the magic word, nothing happens because the bot can't hear me. Ha ha ha. Yeah, that's why I've been keeping a close eye on the chats just to make sure that this stupid bot doesn't bugger that one up. Mind you, it seems that like the other stuff seems to be working. It's just the 8 ball that seems to have a problem. I've been meaning to get with the company and ask like why. Um, but typically when I'm actually doing it, I'm actually with you guys, and it doesn't make it's hard. It would be hard to troubleshoot. Maybe if I had. Hey, look at that. Isn't that the second time he answered that same exact answer? I should give the secret word to the bot. That would be funny. Is he gonna reply? The suspense is killing me. Oh, wouldn't it be weird if he was like answering the magic eight ball and then said the thing and then rewarded himself? That would be funny. Wait. Oh, damn it. I got moving along so quick I didn't add the last blue on this side. Yeah. I think he said the same thing twice. No, I need one of those Boston robotics bots. I wonder whatever happened to the ones that Singapore bought. Singapore bought those dog versions and had them roaming our parks and stuff and warning people to not be too close to each other, or social distancing and stuff. Hey, Amanda. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, no matter what he answers, if the bot actually responded to a "Are you evil?" question, I would question it. Like, he says no, I'd be like, oh, that's what a really evil bot would say. If he said yes, I'd be like, oh, he confirms it. There is no. I think the next color that gets changed is the third darkest one. It's got a little ways before that's going to be necessary, but I think that's the next one to go. And I think after that, the only two left are the two darkests. So yeah, only 3 more rows of adding floss by the looks of it right now. So yeah, that's kind of a sense of accomplishment, I guess. Yeah, the 8 ball thing just it works so sporadically that I can't even I have no idea. Like it can't be anything that I've done. Otherwise it wouldn't work at all. Like all you have to do is get it set up to your account or whatever. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. So just a reminder, seeing as how we have more people here now, I will be off next week, off gallivanting about and getting life experiences so I have fun things to talk about the next time we get to hang out. So the next one will be October 8th, and then the Patreon hangout will be October 9th. So that's the thing. Hey, Stephanie, thank you for subscribing. That's really cool. Look at the bot showing up at unexpected times. That's really neat. Can't do the Magic 8 Ball, but somehow does a new subscriber. So that's really cool. I didn't even know that that was a thing, to be honest with you. That's new. Oh, that's unfortunate, Amanda. All right, now dying to grab a ruler because I'm wondering how long this thing is. So it's not exactly a ruler, it's a tape measure, but same general gist. So yeah, we're at like 12 inches right now out of 18. So like 4 or 6? 6 inches? No. Yeah, 6 inches. 6 inches to go. So you're right through. Yeah. Not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, this is well, this is one of the ways. There's you might go back to video before the stream before this last one. The one before this was the little bag. So the one before that, I was adding string where I was up higher, somewhere up here somewhere. But yeah, this is adding string this time is in a different place in a different way, which is kind of makes it same only different. I don't know. There's just times where like this method would really play in really handy, and then there are times where the other method plays in really handy. So it really comes down to where you're at and what you're up to. I am absolutely knackered. It has been a long day. I did 53 kilometers on the bike today, so woo, go me. Um, cool, thank you. So yeah, let's pan this out just so you guys can see how insane this thing looks. So that's how far we are so far in this project. So, um, yeah, it is truly crazy. And yeah, I think next on the 8th, maybe we'll work on the small bag. Maybe I'll put this aside and then work on the small bag, and then we can work on showing you how to do the base, because I know that Minute Craft is kind of looking forward to that one. So yeah, um, thank you, thank you. Um, so yeah, that's something that we can maybe work on for the next time. Something to look forward to. All right, I get some rest, but before I go, I want to be sure to thank my Patreon supporters. If you really want to help the channel, Patreon's a great way of doing it. I share craft ideas and answer questions and just general um, have a good time. We do hangouts and stuff. Oh, like I was saying, the 9th for the Patreon hangout instead of the first or second or whatever the first Sunday is, because we'll be out of town. Anyways, yeah, there's that. So, anything else fun? News or otherwise? No? Put Mandy Cam back on for a second. No? Nothing? All right. So, thank you guys for all hanging out with me tonight and hanging out with my beautiful wife. And I will be back on the 8th. So, as always, don't get your strings in a bunch.